journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, this is the November soybean chart, folks, on a daily basis. As you can see now, we had the ABCD pattern down into this level. I was trying to buy it there, so I missed that. But today we have a 1-3-5 pattern, folks. As you can see, this is a bearish market. Well, because you have what? You have lower bottoms and lower tops, so it's a bearish market. And what you're doing is setting right at a 1-3-5. Now, how symmetrical is it? If the 3 and 5 are correct, you'll see that it goes down exactly to where it should be, right there. What does that do? That gives you a target of way down here, about 50 cents lower. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but nobody else does either. But that is a 1-3-5 pattern. We get that from Bill Longstreet and his father, Roy Longstreet. Showed me this back in 1986. Anyway, that's what we're looking at right here. This also happens to be, as you look at this, there's your left shoulder, there's your right shoulder, okay? Now, that left shoulder and right shoulder, we get this from Andrew Lowe, his book, Non-Random Walk Down Wall Street. And you come over and look. The timing is not right, but by golly, there's your right shoulder, there's your left shoulder, much lower than the right shoulder with this pattern right here. So that's why it looks pretty good. This would be perfect if this were lined up, but that doesn't come in until next week. And remember, this is not nearly as accurate as you're looking at when you're watching, because time is so elusive, folks. So, but that is a head and shoulders pattern, because you have a lower right shoulder, higher left shoulder. That's a head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Now, because we still have another one that we're watching in here. Hold on just a second here, folks. We had a lot of things happening today, and we can't get everything done, but I wanted to show you the same thing that we're looking at right now. Now, there's the corn. Now, here, the corn is even more exciting, because look at this. We had the ABCD to the downside. We did buy that. We made $750, but today's high at 430 was exactly 382 off of this high right back here, folks. This is a bearish market. I know I'm bullish longer term, but that's a bearish market. So I said that's another 1-3-5 pattern. There's 1, 3, and 5. You can see the symmetry between those are very nice. There's not a head and shoulders here, but that's pretty much it. The last rally that we had, if you measured it down, look where it went to. Exactly to the exact price. You think there's not harmony in the corn market? Give me a break. Anyway, so I recommended the short here at 423 or 429 and with a stop at 433. The problem is it's a Friday, and if the weather changes, you're going to take a loss on that. Hopefully it'd have a little bit of a lead when you come in. 1 penny lead is not much, and it's only 4 cents in the beans, so there's not really too much going on with that. Now, the crude oil, let's get up here and take a quick look at the crude oil, because we talked about that on the video this morning. We had that really nice move. Hold on just a second. Let me get this up here so we'll be able to see it all together here. Okay, there was our head and shoulders yesterday. You'll notice this is the September contract now. I want to bring this out and show you a big difference here, because remember the August, okay? The August had a head and shoulders. This did not, because see the right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder. The August did. Now they switched over to September. You'll see that up here in just a second, and that makes a big difference. So this was the difference, but there was your 786 right up there, and I mentioned it's probably getting ready for a big correction, and what's it doing? Down about $1.50 already. So didn't put that trade on, but that's it. You can see here we had some smaller moves in here because of the volatility. We'll draw that in so you'll be able to see or make that last little ABCD pattern in here, and now we're starting to back off. So we didn't do anything there. Now, we did have one really good one that was working yesterday, and it started to work today. We are now out of that. Let me get that up here in just a minute if I can find it. That here is the gold market. So here's where we were on the gold yesterday. Let's get this up on the hourly. Remember, we were looking for a buy down here at 322. We rallied up yesterday or last night. You'll see we came down. Oh my goodness! I put the wrong date on the video. You can see the pullback right. No, I did. Today's the 18th. Okay. Oh my God! Tomorrow's my sister's birthday. Shut the front door and raise the rent. I forgot to send her a gift. Oh God. Okay. Here's where we are. We pull right back to the 382. Okay. Now that gives us a profit objective up here at 337. But what I said was, look, we didn't take out this high or anything like this. We've made, right now we're in this a little over $3,700. So what I said, put your stop right here at 52. That will lock in a $3,000 profit. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to carry it over the night because these, you might get this last $15, but you might give it all back. So I said, put your stop right in here at 52. That locks in the profit from right down here. Okay. So that's what I decided to do. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know, but that's the trying to protect the risk as best I can. The good news is that I think we're going to have a service for email that I'll be able to send videos out a lot faster, and I'll be able to see where we are and some of these things even a little better than what we're looking at now, because you have to use some of your own judgment when you're putting these trades on based on the things that we like to teach. Okay, so those are some of the things. Now, I've had a request about a particular stock. I've got it listed here, and it'll just take me a second to get it up because it's in the news, big time news. This is probably the most bullish news that you're ever going to see on anything, folks. So this is Taiwan Semiconductor on the weekly. As you can see, there's your 3 drive to a top pattern on the weekly pattern. Okay. There's the high today, which was today at 248. Okay, and what they are doing is they're going to be supposedly putting 165 billion B with a B of I guess semiconductors in the market. Now here's where we are on the daily. You can see it opened with a big gap up, and now it's down about $10 from that gap. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Is that good on the weekly? That's a major pattern. But we got another one that's really important. Same part of the world, and that is Hong Kong. Let me get this up here. Hong Kong's big, folks. A lot of money goes through that places. They sell more Rolex watches in Hong Kong than do in Switzerland. Hold on here. That's mainly because of Chinese buying. Okay, let's get the long-term daily up here. And this is, you can see a beautiful pattern here. There it is. You see, we went it. We've completed it. Just get up here. We are up a little bit today. Well, I can't tell, but we've made a new high here by 20 points from where we were right back here. The high was 25,003, I believe, and where we're at 25,825. Only 200 points away, but it took this high out by only 20 pips. Now you can see the 3 drive pattern here. You can see the 2 3 drive patterns here. So it's a little bit of a danger sign buying something in from Hong Kong. So we're going to take a little break now, and we'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, we're going to talk about the Treasury bonds here. We made the 78% level here, 111 the other day. We've now had a 3-day rally, a very, very modest rally. The last time we had a rally like this, you see it went to just about there. So we shouldn't be expecting it to get more than 113, I would assume. But there is a rally coming in from that level. Looking at on the hourly chart yesterday, that's what we were watching. You can see there's the little head and shoulders. I thought we were going to get down here at 1108, but we didn't. There was a nice little pullback here. And all we're doing, this is a rally in a bear market, folks. The last time we rallied over 4 days, you can see here's a 3-day rally right here. Market rallied. Repeats over and over again, believe it or not. There it is right there. You're expecting it to come in right about there. Okay, now let's just double check just for kicks and giggles to see if any of these things we talk about. There's your 382 from way back here on July 1st, drawing it in, and that would bring you in almost exactly at the promised land here, which would be 382 retracement at 1304. That's less than a point from where we are right now, and that's just nothing more than the same rally that we had here. This is 16th, 17th, 18th, 3-day rally, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 3-day rally. Still looks bearish to me. That's what it looks like. I thought we would get a little bit more of a bounce here, but in fact we don't. People have asked me to comment about the comments between Trump and Powell. Folks, that stuff goes on all the time. It's a it's a game that they play, I guess. But believe me, I don't believe the president has any control over firing him, because it's a private bank for bankers. Now, he can put the pressure on and certainly take him out of the picture, but to get him fired, of course, knowing Trump, he probably tried just to say, you didn't think I could do it? Well, I did it. Well, who knows? Hey, look, the market's been going up since 2009, boys and girls. Okay, that's why it's a big deal. Okay, so let's remind ourselves of that. But this market is still bearish. Don't know how much lower, how much higher it's going to go, but the rally here shouldn't be any higher than 113.04. Looking at that from that perspective, I'm a technician. I don't know diddly squat about some of the other things that we're watching. The question someone asked me, how can I be bearish up here? Well, I certainly don't want to be bullish. We've been here for 3 weeks. We've gone nowhere, folks. This is distribution. Look, this market's gone, no, yeah, we had a big move here, but look, the last 3 weeks, it's done nothing. It's been right here. S&P's been setting around, the futures have been setting around 63.05 to 63.50. So they've done nothing over the last few weeks. So I don't know if it means anything or not, but I'm not going to buy up here. I just look at numbers. I just look at patterns. If we look at this on a daily, I believe we made a higher high today. Yes, we did. We did make a higher high. Now we're near the low of the day right now. But you can see here, the real high was right back here. We did finish this gap right here. We filled that gap, but we still got a gap right here, and we got another one that is right over there. That's a really big one, and we're going to fill those, folks. You know, because when the only way is up, the only way is down. That's the way it looks from the cheap seats here. Move this over here and get this out of the way. 3205. All righty, where are we at here with all some of these other things that we're looking at? Okay, the Russell's going down, making a new low as we speak right now. Now, if you'd sold that 382, put your stop at break even and pray. That's all you got to do. All right, let's get over to the currency markets. So here, we'll start out here. Well, we're making a new low in the Dow Jones, I see right now. So whether that Friday and up, it's going to be an up week, I believe. Well, might not be an up week on some of these things. We ought to check that. Now, let's do that right now. It has to be an up week. No, doesn't have to be anything. Let's move here. Yeah, it has to be an up week because this is an up week. There's no question about it. It's an up week. So whether that's going to be the high or not, I don't know, but it's got some ideas of, we made that big pattern up here. Whether it means much or not, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I talked about the corn, talked about the beans. Let's move on to the foreign currency, where all the action happens day and night, 24 hours a day. Now I got to do is find the doggone chart, and it's disappeared on me, so hold on. There it is up here, there. Okay, we had a little bit of a rally today. Okay, here's the big run we had yesterday, okay? Now, I'm going to put the hourly up so we can see it a little closer, because there's where we were. All right, now we come down. We made a slightly lower low from that level right here. The rally that of course, we had this rally. All right, that was the Trump disillusionment of Powell. That was that, but then you can't really count that. You see? But, oh yes, you can. Do you know why? Oh, shut the front door, Larry. I learned something. You made a lower low here, so you got this pattern's not. It did. It made a 382. Shut the front door and raise the rent. You see what I'm talking about? You make a lower low, so you've got to change this, which I did. I didn't change it. Let me just put that in there. We'll put it in. You'll see it hit it exactly. Wow. And this is the most actively traded thing. Well, I missed this one today. I'm getting old, folks. Okay, there's our rally. We're right up to it, and now we're backing off. It looks still like we're headed lower. All right, that means that U.S. dollar is probably looking like it's going to go a little bit higher. So let's go up here, take a look at that U.S. dollar that we've been watching all the time. We're going to put that daily up, so we should be popping through. Well, you can see here's where we are. We've broken above that trend line, okay? Broken above the trend line, and we pulled back to it, which was right at the 382. Let's get the hourly so we can see it clearly, okay? Okay, there was a pullback on the 382, was right there. There's from your low. There's your pullback right at the 382. So it's still going higher. Got higher bottoms in here. Okay, certainly got higher tops. So this looks like it's got legs, folks. So that's why it looks really interesting with that. Now we need to take a look at the British pound, because I have family is over there in the UK. Sarah's son is there. He's an attorney in one of the big firms, and he's also trades the British pound, believe it or not, and he does it quite well. He uses a technique called parallel channel trading, also known as AB equals CD. Okay, here is the move right here. Now, as you can see here, this last pullback that we made here on the daily, just the other day, was exactly, let's just blow this up because it's right at the 382. I'm going to refresh it, okay? You see this little rally, folks? This is not much of a rally on a daily. Look at that. It's virtually nothing. If we go below here, that's when this whole thing's going to change, and that means that there could be something really big happening with the U.S. dollar, which also may be related to the gold market, but I'm not sure of what we're watching here. On Monday, on next Wednesday, on next Wednesday, we're going to have Mike Moore back because he's been calling this energy market, just absolutely spectacular. Not only that, he's given me some insight. Like if I'm bullish to crude oil, if I look at the difference between the heating oil and the gasoline, buy the most popular or the one that's moving the fastest of that crack. In other words, when they crack, just like they crush a soybean into oil and meal, when they crack the oil, they get heating oil and gasoline. So that's what you want to be watching. We're going to look at that when we come back, okay?
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, in this week's letter, I recommended buying this ETF, which is a ultra short. It's not ultra short. It's a short QQQ, and the measured to 53.58 with a stop at 32.90. The low has so far been 3.05. We bought it at 58, so it's out about 30 cents. This is a long-term weekly based on the NASDAQ, so it's a good way to get in it without risking an arm and a leg. And on this one, you're only risking less than a point, so that's what we'd like to see. We'll follow that. If it gets stopped out, which I have the stop in there. I did not do these trades, folks. I don't do stock trades. Okay, let's get up here. Take a look at, someone's asked about Netflix here. So if you'll bear with me here 1 second. Hold on a second. Doggone it. Just a minute. Let me get this up here so we can see it. Here's where we are with Netflix. Now, this is Netflix on a daily basis. It had some very good news, but you can see here today it didn't respond very well to the news. I don't know what that reasoning is, but I haven't looked at this chart. Wow, this has been a really big, wow, from 100. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This thing went from 100 all the way to 1,400. Wow. Yeah, wow is right. Anyway, it's acting badly. How do you say badly? I mean, my God, it's up into the stratosphere. There's nothing wrong with that stock for sure. We've already talked about NVIDIA. This is the one that didn't break my heart, but it came close to it. I'll tell you why. This is a long-term weekly, and the reason why I brought that up is you can see here all of these numbers on this 168 measured to 170, basically 172, and we made a high of 174 yesterday. That was yesterday's high. Okay, and today has a little bit lower. We're trading right at 72. This is a absolutely perfect symmetrical three drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, 1.27, 1.27, 1.618. Yes, it violated the 1.618 by less than 2 points, but it could still be valid. If we look at this on a smaller time frame, you're going to be seeing here, there's where it didn't validate it here. It invalidated it yesterday. Right there, it was still spot on at the exact number. Then we went a little bit higher and a tiny bit higher again today. Then we get 57 was the high. Today was 174.25. The high the previous day, 174.16. So it made a higher high by 8 cents today. And now this is where we are with the NVIDIA. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way, and then the last one. Well, this is a. Hold on. I was going to point out to you, we did stop at the 382 here in the Russell, folks. If it can hold here, and believe me, with 2 hours, 1, 2, 3, 2 hours and a half to go, this could hold it and make a new high, because that's how crazy it gets. But this is where we are right now. There was your 382 retracement. If you sold that, put your stop and break even and wait and see what it does. That's really what you're going to be watching here. All right, we'll get this out of the way here. And today's close will be important, because if we close poorly in the thing today, the stock market, that means it should have been an up week. Well, it will be an up week, but it won't be an up close, and that would really be a surprise. And they can very easily do it, folks. Look where the S&P is right now. It's backed off nothing, only 30 points. That's nothing from that level right there. Probably look. I don't even think we even made a 382 yet. No, the 382. If we close below this, that might be the first sign that there might be some selling coming in, but we'll have to wait and see. The main one is the NASDAQ, because, that's the one that's been leading the pack. It completed all the numbers. You can see here, I was watching the first 382 retracement, what happened to be a 50% one right here. When the market's this strong, you're just about to do it. Now, we've made a lower low here, okay? That's important. Now, remember, this is a 13-minute chart, so it took about an hour to do this. So we made a new low on the day, so let's just check and see if we can see anything that relates to what we talk about hitting to a 382. Well, 382 is right there. We haven't hit it yet. So watch that number, because, folks, I'm going to tell you something you're going to find hard to believe. Someday this market's going to turn down, and the things that made it go up are the same things that are going to make it go down, because the tools we work with both work well in bull markets and bear markets. What you have to do is to find someone who's not opinionated. Not that I am, folks. What I feel bad about is that I didn't issue buy signals all the way up. I mean, I knew it was going higher, but we had some signals, of course, and I pointed them out to you, but I frankly didn't take them. I was so frustrated from what happened on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of April when I was traveling and I had no access to computers, and it was pretty tough. Anyway, this is what we're watching here. So watch this number here, up about 25 points where we are in the NASDAQ. As if we hit that and then close lower, then that's a sign that, yes, there's a possibility that maybe some type of a minor top has been put in, maybe a major top. That we don't know. We're trading patterns. That's all we're trading at right here. Okay, now let's move on here. If someone else another question about another stock, hold on. Then I'm going to talk about the gasoline. I'm going to do the Japanese yen. That's another one that's really big. And folks, we're banging on the door here on this Japanese yen, because you're going to see it. They're making a big announcement this weekend, so this is going to be huge. Okay, there's where we are. Let's move this out of the way. This is a wrong 382. I can tell you that right now. Let me get this thing out of the way here, because this is from a long time ago. It doesn't really matter much. So get this over where we are. Okay, here's where we're coming right now. There's our number right up here. Okay, that's the number that we're shooting for right there. And look, there's your three. Let's got the 382 mark there, but we want to make sure we get it right. Okay, there's what we want. And with Japan, I would take the other side of this trade, folks, if it happens, okay? There's where we are. Oh, my God. This is going to be big, 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 big. Holy cow. It's over the weekend. They have a big deal going over the weekend. Let me see, refresh this. 6 months. Look at this. We are so close. 149.33 here, folks. Look at that. You've got the it's the 50%. Why does it say 382 on that? No, it's a 50%, Larry, for heaven's sakes. Yeah, it's 50% off of this number back here. There it is right there, okay? So there was a 382. That had a pretty big one. Now you come down. This is even bigger. But look how long it's taken to get to this, folks. All right, let's just look at this. I might do this one over the weekend. There's your number of days. We're up 18 trading days. That's calendar days. Okay, you move this over. And that's going to come in, on the 28th of July. Oh, my God, that was Ralph Elliott's birthday. Holy cow. There's where it is right here. And watch this number. It's going to be really interesting, between 150. Remember, mathematics precedes geometry, so we're probably going to hit right about 149.33, maybe a tiny bit higher. But this is a completed pattern happening. So let's take a break here. When we get back, we're going to take a look at the wheat market.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're going to go to a 13-minute chart here on the E-mini S&P on the top. On the bottom is the Nasdaq. You can see they're trying to make a 382 retracement here at 333226 in the Nasdaq, and the number in the S&P is 3335. Folks, it's very quiet action here on a Friday, considering what's happening. Now, we had more action in the Russell and the Dow Jones. You can see they've done quite a bit. The Dow Jones is not even in the on the planet as far as a 382 retracement of anything today, much like. But these two we're very, very close. I put these beepers in just to see what happens. For kicks and giggles, I put an order in there to sell it there at 333226. Okay, it's 10 points away. I put a stop above 333244. I'm going to risk $400. That's all I'm going to risk. And I'm only doing that to see if it works, because sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. But the problem is you don't know which ones are going to work and which ones aren't. That's mainly the main thing. Like you look at the soybean chart today, and it was up about 15 cents at one time. Now it's only up about 9, but it's got a 135 pattern telling you that it's bearish, and so you should do that. Now it could be the weather changes really badly and it gaps up big time on Monday morning, and you're going to have to lose. If it gaps down, you're going to win. But that weather you don't have any control over, but you do have control over how you put your stop in. Sometimes it'll go through your stop, but that happens. Okay, so that's what we're watching with these grains. And I'm just watching these two right here. We've also had a request to take a look at, you're not going to believe this, folks. Someone's asked to take a look at Tesla. I can't believe it. Let's take a look here. Oh my goodness, look what Tesla's hit today, folks. Hit the old magic number up here at the old 618. There it is right there. Opened on the low, went up, hit it, and that's where it is right now. There was a 382, backed off a little bit. There's your 61% retracement right here. Now, if you look at this, folks, now we're going to do this together. I'm going to reset the defaults on this so that we can see it with the pattern that I want to look at. There's what we're watching, okay, with the candles, because you can see the candles better. That's all. Now, this is a flat-out classic 135 pattern, folks. There's no question about it. If you're ever thinking about selling Tesla, this is your chance. Move it over here like this. There's drive 1. There's drive 2. There's drive 3. Let's check the harmony that's there. From there to there. Whoops, where does it come in at? Whoops, today, right there. So that's a 135. You can see it. Okay, there's 1, 3, and 5. So we're going to check the ratios. The first ratio back goes a little above the 786 by just a hair. And the second one has 2 ratios. You've got to measure this one right here, which goes exactly to 61. So that's perfectly set up at 31. And look, it's already 4 points in the money. If you were to look at it, that's it. Now look how many days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in the run, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days in this run. This might be a 13-day run. If we get it, we'll put the limit minder in here, because if we get above this, if we get above the 332, right now it's at 327, tells us we're probably going to be going up a little bit higher. But right now, that is a perfect setup for a perfect 135 pattern. All right? So that's one we're looking at. Also, we've been asked to take a look at Mr. Appel, who's down by the well. Let's get up here, take a look at that. Should tell that joke on air, but I'll be fired. Hold on here a second. Where are we at here? Apple, APPLE, where are you? Right there. Okay. All righty, there's where we are. Apple is just, boy, you talk about a market that's been in a trading range. Shut the front door. This doesn't happen very often, folks. Look at this. My goodness, there's something big's going to happen to Apple. If only knew what it was. Look at this. We've been in a range between that price right there, which is roughly, what is that? Say 217 on the upside and $1.94 on the downside. That's a trading range right there. Let's put the other one up here like it. Whatever range we come out of this, folks, will be where it's going to go. And that's what we're watching here right now. Look at this, the last few days, absolutely nothing happening. This is a really, really big area of resistance and support. So that's what you'd want to be watching. You could make a case easily for a bullish report or bullish case, because the pullback came right up to the old 382 right here. Never made 50%. That's a bullish sign. But on the bearish side, it never went any higher than 61% retracement right up in here. So that's why we're in this, wow, hit it exactly here. So there's the key. The fact that we hit this and didn't back off is actually pretty good. Usually it backs off more. So I think if I had to flip a coin, I'd say I'd have to go to the bullish side, but my coin only has one side on it, folks. It says bear, bull on the other side. Not quite that bad, but almost. Okay, get this out of the way here. We want to take a look at, we've already mentioned Tesla. We want to look at the, we haven't got it yet. See, we missed this by a point, folks, on that one. So not much we can do with that. All right, let's move over here. Get this out of the way here. All right, I got to go to look at the Australian dollar, folks, because we have one of our good friends is going to be moving to Australia. And here's where we are. I can tell you how long ago I looked at the Australian. Well, I look at this every week, of course, but I haven't updated the daily on this. Hold on, let me a second. Get this up here, refresh. Okay, there's where we are. Well, it's still been very bullish. It hasn't done anything. Had the big run up, and it still looks like it's still bullish against the U.S. dollar for sure. Haven't even had a 382 in here. Let's see what this last one measured to. Looks like at about the 786 of the. Nope, it's in between 786 and 618. It's almost at the 618. So it's started a little bit bearishness, but nothing really to write home about. So it has had a nice rally, folks, from 59 all the way up to 66, and this is where we are right now as we watch this unfold right here. Now, getting back here to the Dow Jones, you notice here we had that little almost 382, still could get it. In the S&P, this didn't even rally at all. I mean, we have a rally of 30 Dow points is all that rally, telling you that there's a little more selling coming in on the Dow Jones than there is with the other things that we're working on. All right, now let's take a quick look at, let's check to see that crude oil, because it should be coming down a little bit more here right now. I didn't sell this up here, folks, because I was so busy doing so many other things. I saw it. I told the folks on the video that look, this is where you want to be taking profits, because that's a heck of a move. You know, $3. Hey, we took $4 on the downside and $2.50 on the upside. That's $6,000 in that, and we took out $130 in gold between last week and another $60 today. That's $180. I know I haven't been in stocks, but we made a couple of bucks in some of the other things. So we've got to remember that. This is a head and shoulders pattern too. Shut the front door. God darn, I should have spent more time with this. I'm going to cover this when we get back, folks. Shut.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the crude oil. I saw this part. I didn't see this part. They're exactly the same price, folks. This high right here, they're exactly the same. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the high to the high. Let's just move this over here so we can get this up here. 1 second. There's going to take that one to that one, and oh my gosh, look how close that comes. That's it. Boy, that's a perfect head and shoulders, no matter how you define it. left shoulder, right at 786, multiple ABCDs. Had a big move here early this morning. We'll check this for a potential 382 if we see a good one. There was one here. I can see it. Yep, there it is right there. Believe it or not, folks, there it is. There's your first retracement right here. Goes to the 61% retracement, and then you get your second retracement, and that one goes to the 382 right there, and it's down another $500 from that one, and looks like we got another one in here too. This tells us this crude is headed lower. There's your 382 right there, it's still heading down. So that's what happens when you're overtired, folks. You miss stuff, but there's nothing else you can do about that other than to keep doing what you're doing and try to get enough rest to make sure everything's okay. All right, one other question about the wheat market. Let's get it up here. We'll take a quick look at the wheat. Starts with a W, at least it used to. Here's the old Christmas wheat. And was having a little bit of a rally here today. Went down and tested those same lows before. We're rallying up about 12 cents from that level, but really not doing too much. As you can see here, off of this last high, well, let's just measure it off the big high to see if that's a 382. And it almost is, okay? And then off this, it'll be 50%, so not too much happening with these as we see this. So listen, live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. Our guest on Monday will be Norm Winsky. He's got something really special on a date that's coming up over the weekend. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.